Rep Eric Burlison says that he was creating a list of specific UFO gatekeepers to investigate, and he was told by someone he trusts that if he investigated 2 of the names on his list, he would be killed. They would have him killed. This happened. This is news breaking. Let's hear it.
And they said, you need to take those 2 names off your list and never talk about those 2 people ever again. If you and they said they would have no problem having you killed.
Thank you. Next question from Reddit. From Are UFOs from Toxic Toy. Representative Burlison, are any of these individuals on your radar as potential high-level legacy program gatekeepers? And then there's a list of names here. Lieutenant General Donna Shipton, Randall G. Walden, Russell E. Weiler, Terry Phillips, or Lee M. Russ. They hold positions within AFOSI PJ Special Projects, Northrop Grumman Executives, Air Force Acquisition, Technology and Logistics, Special Access Program Security Directors, National Reconnaissance Office, and others.
I'm going to take a picture of that list. Can you put that back up? I want to take a picture of that list.
Somebody has done a lot of research on this, obviously. And I think
I'll have to cross.
God, Burleson is such a bro. I'm going to take a picture of the list and get back to you.
Reference that with the list that I have. But yeah, the interesting story. As I've been talking to people, I put together a list of names of people to talk to, and I kind of keep that list and add more names to it.
Mm-hmm.
One of the more interesting stories is that someone from that had experience in special forces and the intelligence community. I was running by the list with them, and they said, you need to take those 2 names off your list and never talk about those 2 people ever again.
So I don't think it's names that were in the question. I'm curious if you guys have any thoughts on who it was, or was this all bullshit psyop to get Burleson just off the tail? Do you look?
If you and these special forces and the intelligence community, I was running by the list with them, and they said, you need to take those 2 names off your list and never talk about those 2 people ever again. If you and they said they would have no problem having you killed.
Who said this to who?
I won't say. Okay.
Wow.
But
James Fox is all those. Who said this to who? Yeah, I mean, who said this to who, bro? That's pretty big. I mean, I feel like you have to say it at that point. Put it out via proxy or something.
That's the kind of chilling moment when you realize that that there may be some bad actors involved in this. So
absolutely, that is very chilling. Yeah, so maybe we shouldn't go on anymore into those names because we don't have any.
Well, can I say something really quickly? I went.
I mean, let's not forget Burleson brought up when I asked me, I think this. He just asked Hillary Clinton or Bill Clinton to his face about the Clinton staffer who let Epstein in, who killed himself by hanging and shotgun. So, you know what I mean? I don't know. I kind of feel like he's being opt here, but maybe I'm wrong. It kind of reminds me of, you guys remember when Immaculate Constellation was coming out and they're like, oh my God, if you say Immaculate Constellation out loud, like, you're going to get murdered, bro. Don't say it out loud, bro. Shh, don't say it. Whisper it. Text it to me and then delete the message. Like, to
the 50th anniversary of the Roswell incident, and it was amazing because at the time, if people were in their 20s in 47 or 30s, they were in their 70s and 80s. So a lot of people were still alive. And I was just getting my feet wet with the phenomenon. I was working on my first documentary at the time. I was almost done with it. And I remember a lot of the people telling me, the firsthand witnesses at the Roswell 50th anniversary, and different people, and I have a lot of them on camera, saying that they were threatened that not only would their bones be picked out of the desert, but their families' bones. And they were serious when they told me this. I had a difficult time thinking that our own government would be capable of doing, threatening their own citizens, particularly military folks. But that's what they said. That's what they said to me, and lots of them.
Well, and the gentleman from Virginia said that.
Yes. Yeah.
at the gas station, I believe.
Yes, if we were successful with getting the permits, there was a military gentleman who's bringing all of his military records, all the photographs of him in the military, the truck that drove the alien allegedly, and he was going to come and meet with all of you privately, and he was going to speak at the event with a mustache and change his thing, but he was coming, and he will still come. But unfortunately, his visa was denied as well with 6 or I don't know, many others.
I'm gonna play this part one more time, just where he says like the meat and potatoes there.
As I've been talking to people, I put together a list of names of people to talk to, and I kind of keep that list and add more names to it.
Mhm.
One of the more interesting stories is that someone from that had experience in special forces and the intelligence community. I was running by the list with them, and they said, you need to take those 2 names off your list and never talk about those 2 people ever again. If you and they said they would have no problem having you killed.
It's kind of giving me vibes of this, though. Hopefully not.
There's an individual who does some research for us, former military guy, highly intelligent, a great investigator. And he reached out to me and said, hey, listen, you may want to let your friend Corbell know something, because I've come across some information that's very disturbing. And he says, look, there's a credible threat against Jeremy Corbell.
Mm-hmm.
And he sent me some information. I looked at it and I said, okay, you know what? Yeah, that looks legit. I wouldn't take any unnecessary chances if I were you right now, because you've got bullseye on you.
I feel like I think I'm remote viewing through the language.
And they said, you need to take those 2 names off your list and never talk about those 2 people ever again.
Why do I feel like it's like Lou Elizondo, like trying to inoculate Rep Burlison from his SIFA days, and it's probably like 2 high up SIFA people, and he's like, don't take him off your list, take him off your list. And it was just like the people that he was doing the hooker parties with. And he's like, they'll murder you, bro. Don't go talking to them. Don't talk to the MZM people that I was helping set up the hooker parties with. Don't talk to them. They'll have you killed. That's just, I don't know. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. All right. There you guys go. That's it. Thank you guys. So much fun.